Picking up a jar of honey at the supermarket, you'd imagine you could feel pretty certain of its ingredients. What could have been more in a honey jar, right? We all know how actual honey is processed, like it will be directly from bees, isn't it? Even small children know how honey is obtained. Anyone who knows anything about bees at this point also knows that honey is just about one of the craziest miracles of the natural world. There's a lot of buzz about honey these days, but here's the thing. A lot of what we have access to isn't actually honey. So what is it then? Here in this video, we are going to expose the shocking truth about how honey is processed in supermarkets. Honey is sometimes adulterated by the addition of other sugars, syrups, or compounds to change its flavor or viscosity, reduce cost, or increase the fructose content to inhibit crystallization. Adulteration of honey has been practiced since ancient times, when honey was sometimes blended with plant syrups such as maple, birch, or sorghum, and sold to customers as pure honey. Sometimes crystallized honey was mixed with flour or other fillers, hiding the adulteration from buyers until the honey was liquefied. In modern times, the most common adulterant became clear, almost flavorless corn syrup. The adulterated mixture can be very difficult to distinguish from pure honey. And what if they started to add more artificial ingredients? Supermarket honey is filtered in a process which removes most, if not all, of its pollen. The removal of pollen from honey makes it impossible to determine its botanical origin, or whether it is even honey. A 2011 survey by Food Safety News on 60 different supermarket honeys in the United States found that 76% had no pollen at all. Most supermarket honey in the US is the same as that supplied to supermarkets in the UK. Honey without pollen is not honey, it's just a honey-flavored sugar syrup. What? Still not able to digest what it means? China is currently the world's largest honey exporter, supplying 50% of Europe's honey imports. Chinese honey has a dark history of being contaminated with banned antibiotics that can be fatal to humans. Often, this honey is harvested when it's unripe. That is a thin, watery soup with little resemblance to the real deal. This is then dried down to a resin, transported and rehydrated much like fruit juices from concentrate. Suppliers often add a variety of sweet or sugary syrups to stretch their honey supply. This can be difficult for quality inspectors to detect whether it is real or not. The more pollen that a honey contains, the more nutrients and benefits it contains. Raw honey crystallizes quickly because its pollen has not been filtered out. When raw honey crystallizes, it does so quickly because its glucose has pollen particles that it can attach to. Honey contains a number of antioxidants, including phenolic acids and flavonoids. It has been linked to beneficial effects on heart health, including reduced blood pressure and blood fat levels. When applied to the skin, honey can be part of an effective treatment plan for burns, wounds, and many other skin conditions. It's particularly effective for diabetes-related foot ulcers. For children over 1 year of age, honey can act as a natural and safe cough suppressant. Some studies show that it's even more effective than certain cough medicines. Even if there are a lot of advantages, it should still be consumed in moderation. What if we consume more honey? Like, not real honey. These artificial honey? And that's where the problem starts. More the artificial substances, more the risk of heart attack. Yes, the same exact thing for both heart health and heart attack. Honey starts its life as a living product which contains living nutrients, beneficial bacteria, and enzymes. It is these nutrients that provide all the powerful health benefits of honey. These living nutrients can only survive up to a maximum hive temperature of 37 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. Above this temperature, they die. In order to prevent supermarket honey from crystallizing, processors heat the honey up to 75 degrees Celsius. It's obvious what happens next. This process certainly delays the crystallization process, but it also kills every beneficial living nutrient in the honey. Dead honey has no health benefits beyond providing a sugar rush. On the other hand, raw honey is cold-pressed, meaning that the honey is never warmed to above 37 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius when it is filled into jars. The supermarket honey industry has got consumers used to wanting their honey as a clean, clear liquid. A clean, clear, scentless liquid is a sign of processed honey, which has little or no health benefits. It smells the same because it usually is the same. Actually, raw honey has a variety of aromas depending on the botanical origin of the honey. Rose, vanilla, sandalwood, butterscotch are all aromas that are present in different varieties of raw honey. And also, real honey contains a number of particles which contain an immense number of health benefits. These particles include propolis, royal jelly, and pollen, which provide honey with all its antibacterial, antifungal, and antiviral properties. If the honey contains pollen, then its geographical origin would be traceable and known, and its country of origin would be marked on the label. And the interesting part is, they actually don't label the origin. All this time, we were being fools not knowing which one is real and which is fake. So, how can we spot the difference between real and fake honey? Let's discuss that. Fake honey is any honey that has been altered or added to and looks very much like real honey. Only testing can determine pure honey from fake. First, let's check what the flame test is. The flame test is a simple test that works on the principle that real honey is flammable. An easy way to perform this test is to take an object such as wood or cotton, dip it into the honey, and then set it ablaze. If it burns, it is real. If, however, the sample does not burn, the honey may contain some additives, and therefore is not real honey. It can also be done as a heat test. It is, of course, a bit safer than the flame test. Like heat any item made of stainless steel and dip it into the honey. If the honey sticks to the item while bringing it out, it is real. If it quickly flows back into the jar, it is fake. The texture test is the easiest of all tests. It is sometimes called the thumb test. Real honey is dense and sticky and has a lower viscosity than other liquids such as water and fake honey. To carry out this test, dip a clean thumb into the bottle of honey you wish to test. Remove your thumb and monitor the honey on your thumb. If the honey on your thumb spreads quickly, it might be fake. Real honey will stick to your thumb or spread very slowly. We love to eat honey-spreaded bread, right? Yeah, it's so delicious. So what if I tell you that we can also test it by using bread loaves? Yeah, you heard it right. Bread loaves are often used as a test to check whether a honey is pure or not. This test also comes with a reward. If the honey is real, you get to eat the bread. Just kidding. Just dip a slice of hard or toasted bread into honey and wait for 30 seconds or more. If the bread remains hard, the honey is real. Only the moisture of fake honey can soften the bread. Have you ever noticed that before? Yeah, and that's a lot of tests. And that wraps up today's content. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and also make sure to subscribe and turn on all notifications so that you won't miss out on our future contents.